Hello. Hello. I was not going to go live today. I was going to have some time for Adam. It's been too long. Been the illusion non-stop for the last couple of weeks. I wanted a bit of time for Adam, but as usual, I get awoke by a ton of messages saying, "Are you going live today? Please go live." And it's like, oh, I don't think so. Please, please. I'm like, all right, okay. So I'm telling you right now, I ain't doing 4 hours. I'm not. I need a bit of time for me. I can't remember last time I did something for me. That wasn't like a chore that I had to do. Just lay down somewhere and go to the beach. I haven't gone forever. It's on my doorstep. I haven't gone forever because I've been so absorbed in this and helping other people. But I'm going to go today. So let me keep an eye on the time today. I don't often do this. It's 10:35, 1035. That's huge with the Queen's death. I'll be discussing my book about the Queen, which I spent 10 and a half hours on yesterday. It's been a process of about a year and a half doing it, but I spent 10 and a half hours on it. It's the best body of work that I've ever done in my entire life. Forget about football, forget about the stuff that I've done in a school, all right, all the things that I've achieved. That book that I've wrote about the Queen is the greatest body of work that I've ever done and will likely ever do. All right. And I'm not afraid to say that. I just know. Hello, Janice. Good morning. God bless you too, Abed. ASC, kicking the tires. Robert Smith of the Cure predicted Lizzie's death. Yeah, it's like they almost know, don't they? It's almost like they can read the future, or there's some sort of plan, or there's just people being guided by angels who are able to almost predict the future or see where the world's going. I'm doing pretty well with that. Hey, Jamie, how you doing, bro? Much love to Jamie Clark with the initials JC, like Jesus Christ. This guy's a great, great guy. And he really does want to find God. And I said he will find him in his own time. There's no course you can take to find God. All right. There's no advice you can really get. It's either going to happen or it's not. And it has to come from within. I can't really sit down and necessarily say, okay, if you do this, this is how you get closer to God. We have our own unique experiences with that. I know mine is incredibly unique, and I wasn't looking for God. Almost like he found me. I wasn't searching for God. I was an atheist, like pretty much everyone in the world right now. Gabriel, how are you? How are you, Gabriel, the Archangel? Again, guys, if you're new to my channel, Gabriel is the reason why I have a website. If it wasn't for him and his love and his patience, which I'm talking about today, and his knowledge, I wouldn't have a website. I probably would have lost a lot of motivation to do what I do. But he basically kept me going after Patreon stole $2,500 from me, took all my content, and kicked me off the platform with no warning. He was there, and he didn't have to be there. He knows what I think about him. And it's not even just the website, it's him as a person. All right? He's a strong guy. He don't take shit, and he's going to go down with a fight, which he always tells me. So they're the people I want to be around. All right? They know what's going down, and they ain't afraid of it. So thank you, Gabriel. In Portugal, still find time to watch you, brother. That means a lot. The fact you're in Portugal, more than likely on holiday and in a beautiful country as well, and you're still going to sit down and listen to me speak. Just so you know, I was up once again till about 4:30, and I woke up at 9:11. I don't have an alarm. I woke up, touched my phone, as most people do. It was 9:11. And I'm like, why? Why is it 9:11? Just crazy. It could have been any time, guys. I don't set an alarm. That's one way I believe I have somewhat mastered the matrix. I believe if you are living a life where you don't need to set an alarm, guys, it's called an alarm. When you feel alarmed, you feel stressed. People wake up, the alarm does that to you. The first thing you do is that, because it's not natural. Back in the day, they didn't have alarms. You woke up when your body was ready to wake up. All right. I know we don't like the term wake because it's connected to death. You got to awake. and somebody dies. And yes, this is Starbucks. I don't promote Starbucks. My wife, ex-wife, keeps saying wife. I don't know when I'm going to be able to say ex-wife where it just rolls off my tongue. My ex-wife collects Starbucks cups, and she has about, I don't know, 40 of them. And she said, you should have these. You drink a lot of water. I was like, okay, sounds good. So I'm not going to be, I didn't buy them from I did not buy this from Starbucks. This is something she bought ages ago, and now she has all the brand new ones. That's up to her if she wants to collect them. Who am I to stop her? 24 in the live, 6 likes, 24 times 6, 144. When I was born, 14-4, the Elizabeth line opened the 144th day of the year. 24-6 is Messi's birthday. It's also when Freemasonry was founded in London, England. And now we have Divine. Divine from London is in the building, baby. Queen's funeral will be on 1911 at 11 a.m. Of course, it has to be 11. I will be adding her funeral dates. That's why I'm like, do I want to get this book out today? No, I want to see what date her funeral is, from her birthday, from the World Cup final, all of that. So in regards to my book, I probably need maybe another 24 to 48 hours. And I honestly believe that this book, other than the Bible, if you're religious, or the book of Revelation, I believe this book will be the best book you've ever read in your life. And I'll look you in the eye and say that. If you have any interest in numbers and this reality and how it all operates, this will be the best book you've ever read. I'm saying that with such conviction. I was on the phone last night at about 3 a.m. with Red Pill Monkey. Much loved Red Pill Monkey. I was telling him all my fans about the number 82. He went, you do know I was born in 82, don't you, bro? I was like, oh yeah, 4 years before me. So this book, I would say 85% of it is about the Queen and all the connections with everything within the world, within our lifetime and before. And it's got my own personal syncs to show you that it isn't just celebrities and wealthy people and royal family members who are living by a code. I think we all are. And I, for whatever reason, and I ain't saying that I'm the best or whatever, I'm connected to these so-called GOATs. All my numbers are with Kobe Bryant. My numbers are connected with Queen Elizabeth, incredibly, with Brady. And I can't believe it. So I'm telling you this book. I'm gonna stop plugging the book, because it's not like I'm gonna do book signings and all that nonsense. But it'll be either the best book you've ever read or one of them with what I've done. I even was like, how are you doing this? It wasn't me. I didn't write the book. I will put my hands up now. I didn't write it. Something's guiding me. The stuff I found last night, 10.5 hours on the book, I couldn't stop. I was almost somewhat possessed, but like by angels. Just do. And like, wait, do 2 5. I was doing stuff I've never done in my life yesterday. I was finding stuff I've never found in my life. Doing formulas I'd never considered in my life. I don't know what it was, but my word, it was on 99, wasn't it? And I keep telling you about 99. I told you all the 99s that have been going on recently, starting from when Prince Philip died. Prince Philip died on April the 9th at age 99, on the 99th day of the year. Let's not forget that 9/11, 9 times 11 is 99. And then the NFL season began on 9/9, 99 days before the Pope's birthday. The two quarterbacks in Super Bowl 56 were wearing the number 9 jersey. The last major player was Aaron Charles Donald. Now we have King Charles, which I'll go through the code to why they announced him as king today. Okay, because it's all by a code. I am not 1,000,000% certain that even Charles is aware of the code. I think he is, but maybe he isn't. We have to be aware that maybe they don't know. I think they do know. I think the symbolism gives them away. I also have come to the conclusion that not every single celebrity and athlete and member of the government are Masons. This is where they trick you. They do blur lines. It's like there was one guy, remember the guy who loved me, then hated me, then loved me and hated me, but only loved me when I agreed with him. When I disagreed with him, he hated me and started talking shit about me. He told me every teacher's a Mason. And that's what rattled me. That's why I was like, I'm not speaking to this guy anymore. I was like, what are you talking about? Every teacher's a Mason. Adam, every teacher is a Mason. Mate, I'm a teacher. I ain't a Mason. So shut up. Yes, every teacher's a Mason, Adam. Mate, I am a teacher. I'm not a Mason. Shut up. Not every teacher's a Mason. Not every doctor and nurse is. Like, not every policeman is. Not everybody who works within politics is. There's different levels. At the top of the education system, I believe that all the head teachers are Masons. All right? At a hospital, all the top dogs are Masons who are running the show, who are making the decisions. In a police station, your superintendents, the people at the top, they're Masons. Not every police guy is a Mason. Most of them are probably normal people, but they do what they're told and they're given orders from Masons. I don't think every footballer or athlete has to be a Mason. All right? Even at the lower level, I'm sure they mix it up. There'll be plenty of Masons, plenty in League One and League Two, and there'll be some regular people who'll probably stay within that level and not go up to the next level of it. I was having a chat with Red Pill Monkey, as you know, who I don't like the song Blurred Lines. I've told you, with Robin Thicke and Pharrell. I never liked it. I found it irritating. And so he sent me an image, just banter, because we always talk about going to Wetherspoons. Much love, Divine. We always talk about going to Wetherspoons. And he sent me that image of, the guy. I was like, you want some? If you want some, I'll give it you. You want some? You want that fan? Old, fragile man with glasses, and he was drunk. And somebody got him on camera acting like he was a big hard man. And not accidentally, because remember I was speaking at about 2:30 to him. I was like, just a little stupid, annoying Mason getting his 10 minute of fame. And Red Pill Monkey broke it down so well. Yeah, the Wilson Raider. Thank you. Stone, which connects to Freemasonry. But he broke it down so well for me, where I was like, yeah, I think you're right. So there's only a few people as of now that I really look to for guidance. So I appreciate everything that comes out of the mouth. I'd say Red Pill Monkey is one of those people. If you haven't followed him, he's on Twitter, is incredible. He has a YouTube channel, but he only has like 100 subs or something. So Twitter's where you need to get hold of him. And he said to me, he was like, Adam, they want you to believe that every celebrity is a Freemason, that every celebrity is inverted, that every celebrity worships Satan. All right? They don't. He said it's so obvious that it's just the top ones, the ones at the very top of entertainment, of politics, your royal family members. They are the inverted ones, the satanic ones, the Masonic ones. But your people getting the 10 minutes of fame, or maybe they have like one hit that gets in the top 20 and then they disappear. He mentioned this as well. This was a really good point. I played in a pool league and we played against the Masons. When we played them at their lodge, it was all men who had masters, head of police, doctors. There you go. So I made a valid point. It's not every single teacher. Like, there's no way that would mean like the majority of the world are Masons. When you're saying like everyone who works within the public sector, your firemen, all of that, it's nonsense. It's the people at the top of it, and they're the ones who make the decisions, and the Masons like to make decisions. All right? They like to be in control, the control freaks at the top. The top ones, I've told you, there's a huge difference between a first-degree Mason and somebody like George Washington, who was 33-degree, who became a president. There's a huge difference. It's funny how it goes from 1 degree to 33, isn't it? 133. When did Pope Francis become the Pope? 13.3. 133. All right? You go from first degree to 33, 133. Football equals 133. The National Football League, guys, the NFL, lowest scoring Super Bowl, 13-3 with Brady. And he was talking to me about this. He was like, yeah, and everyone, and maybe I've been a victim of saying this a few times. The people are like, everyone who's ever been on TV is a Freemason. I've been on TV. I've been interviewed on TV. I've been in newspapers being interviewed for football. All right. I ain't a Mason. I've been in the background. I've been an extra in some shows. I ain't a Mason. All right. Maybe some of you have been on a TV show and you know in your head you're not a Mason. Maybe your mum or dad have. Maybe your sister has. Maybe your girlfriend's been on a show. Okay, maybe they auditioned for X Factor. Do you think everybody who auditions for X Factor is a Freemason? No, but the winners in the predetermined scripted show of the X Factor are predetermined and no doubt are Masons. But at the beginning of the show, you might get your next door neighbor who was on the show for either being a great singer or shocking or just to make you laugh. So again, they blur lines all by design. Your A-list celebrities, your A-listers, your A-listers, your Aleister Crowleys, all right, at the very top. Lady Hawk said Angelina Jolie and Jennifer Aniston should be awarded an Oscar for pretending to be a woman for as long as they have and doing such a good job. And I agree. So I just want to make that point. It's Jack Grealish's birthday today. Wow, he was the captain for Aston Villa, and Prince Charles's son William supports Aston Villa. I didn't know it was Grealish's birthday. Grealish, I literally believe the character from, is it Bend It Like Beckham? Looks identical to Grealish. Keira Knightley starred in that movie. All right, basically the same hair as Grealish. It's Grealish, really good dribbler, like Grealish. And I feel like that movie is either based off Grealish or Beckham. And obviously it was based off Beckham, but just that whole hair that Grealish has and Beckham with the hairband, they've just made men so feminine. I am such a real man at this point compared to most. Like no offense, I have no problem with anybody who's gay, zero. I go for my walks, and I told you I walk barefooted now. Sometimes I stand on stones and it annoys me, but I get on with it. And I was walking, and then these two new people were moving into an apartment across the road, and they were both gay, like really gay. And like, buenos dias. I'm like, buenos dias. I'm like, I just don't remember growing up with that back in the 90s, 2000s. And there's no issue with it. I just feel like men now are not men. We've become so weak. And I think people appreciate my work because I am one of the few real men left who does speak from his heart, who's not afraid, who's ready to get dirty, who will stick up for himself, who will call out bullshit. Most are too afraid to do what I do. Yeah, I think Grealish is one of the most blatant females. Anyway, look how Núñez went to Liverpool with his perfect long hair. And then Haaland. Have you seen Haaland's hair when it's not in a ponytail? It's literally like something from a shampoo commercial. You know what I mean? Don't be distracted by their muscles. The focus of this right now is not to be talking about that stuff because I know it's 50-50. Half the people love it. They think it's the best thing that I do. Other people say, hey, your work's amazing, but when you do this, I turn you off. I don't want to hear about this, so I'll stop talking about that for now. It's not why I'm here. Hey, Yasmin, Sean. Yeah, Haaland's hair is like Rapunzel. So, again, you can't actually sell your soul, bro. Satan can't buy your soul. Your soul's not for sale. Your soul will always belong to God. Satan can't buy it from you. It basically, what you're doing is giving him your free will. Because once you do that, he dictates what you say, what you do, who you date, how you see the world, and all of that. But you can't actually sell your soul. You know what I mean? That's it. That's a trick. The Bible is a book that can give your body eternal life. I agree. So hear me out here. Hear me out. This is my thoughts about patience. And again, Have patience with my book. It'll be done in the next 24 to 48 hours. Have patience with it. It'll be one of the greatest things you've ever read. So patience is, they say patience is a virtue, and I believe it is. And patience is definitely heavily connected to the Bible as well. But patience, it can help you avoid becoming irritated, defensive, and then saying hurtful things that you later regret. It can also slow you down. It can prevent you from being hasty, making selfish decisions that you later regret. It also can help develop crucial relationships in your life, and the skill of empathy, which is different to sympathy, because empathy is the ability to understand life from the perspective of another. Sympathy is where you can't really relate to them and you almost feel sorry for them. So patience for me is so important. And if we're talking biblically, I'm going to read this to you. I waited patiently for the Lord. He inclined to me and heard me cry. Recently, I cried in the live. Can't believe it, but I did. Whoever is slow to anger has great understanding. That's why Joker says, why so serious? But he who has a hasty temper exalts folly. But if we hope for what we do not see, we wait for it with patience. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. All that indicates is if you have complete trust in God, He will be there for you. I've gone through so much over the last 2 weeks and I am being pushed. And the reason I am being pushed is because I'm getting closer to God. It's that simple. I am getting closer to God, and Satan doesn't like that, and he's doing all he can to attack me to prevent it. But again, it's almost like, when you watch a football game and a team's just attacking you, and you literally have the defensive performance of your life. So I'm wearing God's armor, and you come out and you've won that game. You're like, how did we win that game? It's because you had faith and you didn't give up, did you? And I know we have John Cena who does this, and his whole thing is never give up. And that's connected to patience. And obviously I think he's the second most successful world champion in the world after Ric Flair. I think he has 15 world championships. So people can say whatever they want about the Bible. They can say it's purely astrology. They can say the Masons wrote it. They can say whatever they want when it comes to that. But for me, I have complete faith in God, and I don't need to see who wrote it. I don't need proof of who wrote it. I don't need to see God to know that He exists. I can feel Him within my spirit, and Revelation's playing out. I've read the book pretty much, and it's playing out. It's why I'm able to pretty much predict things every single day at this point. Did you see my baseball code yesterday? I said it was all about 42. So the team that won, who I said would win, went up 4-2. It was all about 42. All right. And they went up 4-2. And I'm like, how many people in the world are able to do that? There's not many. But that's the Lord within me. That's the Spirit. The Lord is good to those who hope in Him, to the person who seeks Him. So people like Clarky, they're seeking God now and they will find Him. All right. Hide and seek TV. Much love to you. Here's the reality. In life, most people are going to hide away from God. They're not going to seek Him. They're going to hide. They hide away from the truth. They hide away from adversity. They don't seek it. I want it at this point. Hit me with it, because the more adversity I'm hit with, the stronger I get, because I am one competitive son of a gun, and it takes so much to break me down. And when you do break me down, I get back up. I am the Rocky Balboa. All right? I am. I always have been. If you test me, it makes me just want to go to the next level. The Bible is the word of God. All right? That's what I think. It's good to wait in silence for the Lord's deliverance. It's good for a man to carry a yoke in his youth. All right? There's the phrase, Lord, give me patience. Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for Him. I truly believe, hand on my heart, that Jesus is coming back. And I really love this verse. and it's Romans 8:24. Remember, Kobe's jersey number is 824. Remember, Kobe Bryant Day is 824, and his wife, Vanessa Bryant, was awarded a $16 million settlement on 824. Vince McMahon, all right, who was the CEO for the WWF, WWE for many years, recently stepped down. He was born on 824 or 248, and he's 248 pounds. All right, so you got Romans here, and it's Romans 8:24. For in this hope we were saved. But hope that is seen is no hope at all. I keep telling you, the most powerful things in life are the things you cannot see. Your faith, your consciousness, love. Who hopes for what they already have? But if we hope for what we do not yet have, we wait for it patiently. True faith is waiting for something that you can't see. All right? That's true faith. Waiting upon something that you cannot see, that you do not 100% know that you will ever see, but you still have faith, because the faith comes from within. The Spirit's within you. It's guiding you. Anybody who's listening to this who has felt the Holy Spirit within them may be crying right now. People who tell me they cry because of my lives, because they felt it. If you've yet to feel that, a lot of the stuff I'm saying to you will not resonate, and you won't connect. I am almost certain if I was listening to The Illusion 2.5 years ago saying this, I would have turned him off by now, because I didn't have any faith in God. Remember that a moment of patience and a moment of anger saves you 100 moments of regret. People's lives completely get flipped for one moment of anger. That can change their life. All right? Patience is a virtue. It is incredible. I told you yesterday, somebody in the chat was saying that the Royals would definitely beat the Tigers because Royals and royalty. That's not how it works. It's the opposite. Everything's in reverse. And right now we're in retrograde, Mercury retrograde. Think about Freddie Mercury, who was the lead singer of Queen. So the Royals got beat 10-2 and they stayed on 56 wins. Royal family equals 56. That Liz Truss became Prime Minister 5 weeks and 6 days after her birthday. She became a MP on 5-6. So you can't just say things like, royal family member Elizabeth died, that means the royals win. How will it make them win when the Queen just died? It doesn't make sense, that logic. But again, that's completely up to you. What Moses wrote was perfect. I don't agree with the word perfect, but I agree with the sentiment that what Moses wrote was incredible. So Psalm 41. I put all my hope in the Lord. He leaned down to me. He listened to my cry for help. Praying is very powerful, because I actually believe that patience is the supernatural fruit of the Holy Spirit. I have become more patient. Sometimes I snap. It's funny, isn't it, that doctors have patience? I find that interesting, that doctors have patience, like literally patience that they work on. And then often you're waiting in the hospital. Be patient, sir. The doctor will be with you soon. So you're the patient who needs to be patient in order to see a doctor, especially now. Hey, Sideman, thank you for all that you do. I told you yesterday I spent 10.5 hours writing my Elizabeth book. I didn't do anything for myself yesterday. I made myself a nice pasta dish. I taught English to Lily and treated myself to a chocolate bar and a glass of milk. I didn't go live yesterday. I was doing stuff on my website. Thanks to everyone who signs up to it. It means a lot. It truly does mean a lot every time a person signs up. And I think at this point, I am being guided by the Holy Spirit. I recommend you check out what I do, because I'll inspire you every day. I believe I will. Without patience, we will learn less in life. We will see less. We will feel less. We will hear less. Ironically, Russian more usually means less. All right. Patience is regarded as half of one's religious life. I don't really like the word religion. All right. So you've got patience and thankfulness. And I've told you, God truly loves those who work hard. He does love hard workers, but who are working hard for the right reasons, speaking his word. All right. Working 60-hour shifts. God will probably think, all right, this guy's completely stuck in the matrix. But literally, working hard to speak his word, which I do, which I have a pounding headache right now. I might have to go get a headache tablet, even though that's pretty much the only drug I put in my body when it comes to the pharmaceutical industry. For whatever reason, I feel like headache tablets actually help my headache. Maybe they don't. Maybe they don't help at all, but maybe I'm just convincing myself the placebo effect. So patience is an essential and most important dimension of servanthood to God, and is crowned with resignation, the highest spiritual rank in the sight of God to whatever God has destined. All right? Patience, guys, faith. And when you have faith in something, it requires patience. One of the most important actions of the heart is patience. That's also mentioned in the Quran. You can say what you want about the Quran. Patience is an essential characteristic of those believers who are the most advanced in belief, spirituality, nearness to God, and who guide others to the truth. So I can look anyone in the eye and say, I believe Jesus is returning. I believe that God wins. I believe he is the creator. I believe that Satan is a creation of the creator. I can look you in the eye and feel that and say it and not look down and not be embarrassed and not second guess myself. That's complete faith. And it's taken me 2 years of patience, of ridicule, of people mocking me, of me losing friends, of me losing my job, my wife, my house, all the stuff that I've given up. And slowly right now, more and more people are seeing what I see. They're looking up to me. They respect me. They're coming to me for guidance. They're learning the numbers. People who shat on me and hated on me and now praising me. Not that I need praise, but the patience. I was a teacher. And if there's is there any teachers in the chat? Being a teacher, you have to be incredibly patient. To be a parent, you have to be incredibly patient. To be a coach, you have to be incredibly patient. So I built up towards this. All right. And it's been a beautiful journey. I can't wait for that documentary to be made about me by my friend, not by the BBC. All right. Not by ITV, by my friend who's going to do it for me. Much love to you, Nathan. I'll call you later. A teacher is a doctor. I can see why you say that, a teacher indoctrination, but again, don't limit yourself. Do you think every single teacher in the world is indoctrinating students and not inspiring them and not guiding them? The curriculum is there to indoctrinate. There's teachers who are basically parents to kids. All right? There's kids who go to school and the most exciting part of their week is seeing Mr. Adam or seeing Miss Nicole, all right, or seeing Mr. Pedro, whoever it is. So to say like all teachers are this and all doctors are that, there's loads of doctors that care so much about their patients, but they have to follow protocol. They have to do as they're told. Most teachers do. I went against protocol. That's why the kids loved me. And they got better results because I went against the curriculum and I had the balls to go against the curriculum. How many people do? They're too scared. They're too in love with the world. They fear losing their job, which loses their income, which may lose their house, which may lead to arguments with the wife and all of that. I wasn't worried about that. I did what felt right. Okay? I did what felt right to me. Have patience. Everything is difficult before it's easy. Never forget that. Everything is difficult before it's easy. All right, think about learning to ride a bike. My phone just won't stop. Think about learning to ride a bike. Can you have flashbacks? I struggle with flashbacks, but I'll always remember the first few times of trying to ride a bike and I kept falling off. And then you get the stabilizers that help you and you feel like you've achieved it. I can ride a bike. Look, Dad, I can ride a bike. You ain't really riding it though, are you? The stabilizers are doing it. And then you eventually take them off, and then you eventually learn to ride a bike where you can go one-handed. Now I can ride a bike without any hands. Okay? Everything, guys, everything in life at one point is difficult before it's easy. This journey that I've been on, and I'm sure a lot of you, it's incredibly difficult, isn't it? It's challenging, it's difficult. Your whole illusions are being shattered. It's emotional. You feel disconnected from the earth, which long term is beautiful because you should not be in love with the world. But it's tough. I am doing the best work I've ever done. And the reality is, I have 39 people watching me now. I'm grateful for every single one of you. But when you do what I do at the level I do it, and you have 39 people watching you, do you know how much patience that requires? To keep doing it day after day after day, to do it for no money. How much patience that requires? My head's pounding. I could be out there right now, beautiful blue sky because the storm's passed. And it wasn't a coincidence that after Elizabeth died in London, there was a rainbow. And I keep telling you, after a hurricane comes a rainbow. There was a rainbow. All right, in London, the day after she died. It ain't all bad. A lot of shit's going to go down in the next year. There will be a global currency. And I did a post about Manchester City who've been dominating England. English football. David Silva, Bernardo Silva, Raheem Sterling, pound sterling. And they're going to use the fact that the Queen's dead to basically conveniently bring in crypto or a one world currency. All right? Because it's too much work to put Charles's face on a note and all of that. Now's the time. That's what's going to happen. And how often am I wrong about this? Was it a double rainbow? Even better. Even better, all right? Even better. After a hurricane comes a rainbow. And it's funny. I have all these issues with hurricanes. I don't think it's an accident that England's captain is called Harry Kane. Harry Kane. If you say it fast, it sounds like hurricane. Harry Kane. Harry Kane was born on a day leaving 156 days left in the year. 9/11's the 156th prime. Queen Elizabeth died 911 days after coronavirus was declared a pandemic. Corona means crown. Charles got the crown today. All right? And I've told you, what I say to you, and this is where I'm different to a lot of people, is my truth. Adam's truth. I ain't preaching to you. I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I was speaking to Cloud last night, beautiful girl from Ireland. Hello, my name's Harry Kane, and I think we do very well today. Pass the ball, go away 3 points. We got Brighton next week. Teams in form, Brighton's doing very well, but usually when we go down to Brighton, we do get a couple of goals and come away with 3 points. I was speaking to Cloud last night, and she said to me, I wonder if we're ever going to have all the answers. And this was at about 2 a.m. I said, Cloud, we'll never have all the answers. Mystery is beautiful. Imagine you knew everything. Imagine you knew everything and had everything and you could predict everything. Your life would be miserable. You need to be challenged. You need to be tested. You need to go through adversity. You do need that polarity. You do. If you knew everything and you had the answers to everything, where's the fun in that? Think about it. Think about it. Where's the fun in that? Imagine you knew like 100% the physical vessel never died and you lived forever. You might say that's incredible, but a lot of incredibly sacred moments would go in your life. You'd just be wild. You just do wild stuff all the time if you knew you couldn't physically die within the vessel. So mystery is essentially, if I ever miss a code, I like it sometimes because I learn. Surat, much love to you. I learn and I get better because it's all about learning and getting closer to God, in my opinion. That's how I see it. So I don't want to know everything. I want mystery. I really do want mystery. I would hate to know everything. I would hate to get every pick right all the time. All right. Would it give me tons of money? Yeah, but eventually when you have all that money, what do you do with it? What happiness does that truly bring you? I'm pretty sure most millionaires are miserable. The ones I've met are miserable and they're alcoholics. Because what have you got to strive for anymore? Like, you know, when you guys send me like $5 super chats and I get all excited. Imagine I was a multi-millionaire and you sent me $5. I won't even acknowledge it. But knowing that $5, oh man, that can get me an ice cream, guys. Thank you. All right, I'd rather that feeling than $5. What's that? Oh, put it on my card. Everything on your card. You can just buy whatever you want. That sounds amazing, doesn't it? That sounds incredible. But for me, I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want that, to be able to have whatever I wanted and predict everything right. I'm very good at what I do, but I literally don't want to be perfect because I don't think you can be. I just do not think. We could say God's perfect, possibly, but anything else, no. So being patient is incredibly powerful. And when I say things like wait upon the Lord, I ain't just saying sit on your ass and just wait for the Lord to save you and save us and wait for the superhero to win like in a Hollywood movie. You've got to take action as well as have faith and patience. You have to take action. What can I do? What do? I code. I do live streams for free. I wake people up. I respond to everyone's emails and WhatsApps. I do all of that. I work hard. All right. You can't just sit there and go, all right, I'm a believer. Jesus is coming. Jesus wins. I ain't going to do anything. I'm just going to sit back and watch. I think you still have to take action, but you can still be patient along the way. Like I said, I'm being so patient with this YouTube channel. It doesn't make sense how I don't even have 6,000 subs. When for 2 years I've been telling people what's happening in the world and before it happens, which is more important. I ain't just giving my opinion most of the time. Tell you what's going to happen, then it happens. All right? Wait patiently, wait for the Lord, be strong, and take heart and wait for the Lord. Again, be strong. There's a funny saying that says, God, please give me patience. If you give me strength, I will just punch somebody in the face. Like patience and strength, like what's more sacred? Probably patience. So patience is basically the calm acceptance that things can happen in a different order to the one that you had in mind. All right. We all have these visions in our mind of how something's supposed to go. This includes betting. You have something in your mind that this is the way the game's supposed to go, and it doesn't go the way that you thought, and then you get all angry. Maybe you're cooking and you expect it to look a certain way and taste a certain way, and it doesn't, and you get all angry. But then just learn from it. Just learn. All right, gee, I knew I should. Right, next time I'm going to put more pepper on it. Next time I probably need to add a carrot in the shepherd's pie. Instead of getting all angry about it and then not resolving the issue that made you angry, be patient and ask yourself, right, why didn't it go the way that I thought it was going to go? Because of that. All right, I won't make that mistake again. That's patience. Getting all hot-headed and wound up and blaming others, you don't grow. If anything, you diminish, you get smaller. Your power decreases. I enjoy the thrill of opening a new bottle of HB sauce. If I were a millionaire and would fear losing that, woo! Yeah, if you're a millionaire, you probably have about 10,000 HB sauces in your cupboard. But imagine just having one. Hey, woo! All right, I did have some HB sauce. It's the first time I've had it here. All right, a guy brought it for me. Just one. All right, listen, just one. And every time I had a bacon sandwich or an egg sandwich or whatever I did with that HP sauce, sometimes I had cheese and toast, sprinkled a bit of HP sauce on it. Every time I did it, it felt sacred. I was thinking, I can't put too much on it because I don't want to lose this HP sauce. If I had 10,000 HP sauces in my cupboard, I'd get all HP sauce, splatter it all on, no respect. I'd start losing my love for HP sauce. Do you get what I'm saying here? There is such a thing as having too much access to things. There's a huge difference as well between patience and complacence. All right. Being complacent, guys, is when you basically take your foot off the gas and I don't know, you show this smug or uncritical satisfaction with oneself and your achievement. You get complacent. And when you get complacent, that's when that happens. When you stop training, when you stop coding, when you stop doing the things that were helping you, you get complacent. You think you've already made it. Patience is just faith. Faith and accepting that you don't know it all and you're going to make mistakes. Have a little patience. You're not perfect. All right. I don't care if I'll never go 100% for the month in coding. All right. I've gone really high. We know I did the 94% and all of that. Prince Philip died on 9.4. But again, now if I was to go 8 games in a row wrong, which has never ever happened, if it did happen, it won't worry me anymore. As long as I'm learning from the misses. They say you learn more through your failures than your successes. That's true. It's not a gimmick. Or at least you should learn more when you fail. And then there's people who constantly make the same mistake, like James Blunt said, I'll just make the same mistake again. Yeah, constantly making the same mistake. That's because you literally are not sitting back and figuring out what you've done wrong. Maybe that's stubbornness. No way I've done anything wrong. Eventually, it's going to prevail because the way I see the world is right. All right? No, you've got to sit back sometimes and go, all right. I did that with gambling. I gave so much of my time, energy, won tons of money, gave up everything, gave up my friendships with people, gave up my social life, gave up physical activity, gave up coaching just for money. And I could have continued down that cycle, but it didn't feel right within my soul. So I stopped gambling. And the level I'm at coding sports, if you're thinking logically, if you're thinking within this system, I should be gambling, right? With my hit rate as high as it is and how I can code in play as successfully as I do. Logically, why is this guy not gambling when he's as good as he says he is? Because it's more than that. You can't go through your life just thinking logically. I listen to my spirit. I put my spirit before logic. Logic can kick you in the ass. When you're doing what you think is the right thing to do logically, that logical intelligence, it will bite you in the ass more often than not. Sometimes it may save your life. All right. But I think when you're always making decisions by logic, it limits you. All right. The biggest growth comes outside of your comfort zone. Your logic tells you to stay within your comfort zone because going out of it is dangerous, is risky. All right. So most people in their life will live making logical decisions, which they believe are the best and smartest decisions, but they're not really growing. We're all creators, but there's an ultimate creator. We're all little demigods, in my opinion. All right. We're all connected to God, but there's one ultimate God and one ultimate creator. All right. I talked about destiny and fate. I do believe we have an ultimate script, but you have a say in your journey. You have a say in creating your own path. Maybe the ultimate destination, the final destination, you have no say in. But how you get there is up to you. Creativity is one of the biggest gifts that we possess. It's why we love musicians and artists and actors and athletes who can do incredible feats or tricks or magic that you see on You Britain's Got Talent and all of that. We love creativity. It's one of the greatest gifts from the creator to be creative. It's why I do write my poems, why I do try play the piano, why I do try and sing, why I am writing books, why I'm creative when I coach, all right, when I am creative with the English language, because I know what a gift creativity is. When I play football, I'm so creative. The stuff I do, you can't imagine what I do on a field. It's like I see things that most can't. So, oh, by the way, yesterday, half of my toenail came off. So I'm going to try and get the other half off today. It's causing me quite a bit of pain. 42 in the live, 33 likes. I was born on 42 and 33. Don't emoji, guys. So I'll break down my Charles code. I don't really have time today, or I don't really want to do a video about it. I'm going to quickly break down why Prince Charles became King Charles today. And it's pretty straightforward code, and sometimes they're the best codes. I've got my US Open final decode as well. That's up. Supremely confident. But again, who knows? So Prince Charles officially becomes the King of England, or the King of the United Kingdom, whatever it is. So he does this on 10-9. Remember that Super Bowl 56 was all about Queen Elizabeth and Pope Francis and the Black Pope. I called that Super Bowl exact, told you what score it would be, told you who'd get the first touchdown, told you who would win, all of that. So I knew it was all connected. Well, at least I truly had a strong feeling. I didn't know, strong feeling it was about Elizabeth and the popes, and it was in regards to the numbers. And LA Rams won that Super Bowl. Star players are number 10, Cooper Kupp, number 9, Matt Stafford, 109, Los Angeles, 109, all of that. And he just became the king on 10-9. 109 is the 29th prime number. The word Masonic's 29, and I've told you that all the royal family members are just Masons prancing around as kings, queens, princes, princesses, dukes, all of that. That's all they are. It's all a gimmick. It's no different to what you see in a movie. All right, it's just in real life. But at this point, I believe real life is a movie. All right. Why do you think they call it the world stage? The world stage at the top. Because the world is a stage. 29 is the 10th prime. Obviously, Queen Elizabeth, the last thing she did was announce that Liz Truss would be taking over from Boris at 10 Downing Street. Satan equals 10. All right. And when you look into Revelation 9:11, it refers to a king. All right. And this might put fear in you. It doesn't fear me. Because I believe in Revelation, this is going to happen. Revelation 9:11. Remember that Queen Elizabeth died 911 days after 3/11 when coronavirus was declared a global pandemic. Revelation 9:11. And they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, hell, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue hath his name Apollyon. That's Revelation 9:11 that talks about a king who's the angel of the bottomless pit. All right? Elizabeth died 911 days after coronavirus was declared a pandemic. Corona means crown. Charles just got crowned today. He became the king in 2022 on the 253rd day of the year. 253 is the 22nd triangular number. You need to get on my website this week and read my code for England to win the World Cup. It's the 22nd edition of the World Cup. It's all these 22, Satanic's 22. Just to read it. Guys, on my website, I'll have that out to you by the end of the weekend. You've read the team that I really like. I told you if Elizabeth dies, which I think she will, before the World Cup, I told you all of that so many times. You have to, I said, it was initially England if the Queen dies, then this team, then this team. But if the Queen dies, England go here. So then you have I keep telling you the teams that I would back, and if one of them wins, you win a big amount of money. But again, it's not about money at this point because next year the economy is going to crash. He also became the king on a day, leaving 112 days left in the year, and the Jesuits operate in 112 nations. The royal family are heavily connected with the Vatican. They work for the Vatican. The royal family work for the Vatican. All right. Mathematics is 112. Everything's by the numbers. Catholicism's 112 in gematria. Everything's by the numbers. Keep talking about the number 4. Elizabeth had 4 children, didn't she? All the 4s, the 4 horsemen. 1 + 1 + 2 is 4. And it's not a coincidence Charles became the king a span of 66 days before his birthday. And Charles equals 66. And Corona's 66. And England won the World Cup in 66, where Queen Elizabeth gave number 6 the trophy for 666. Prince Philip was there as well. And obviously Charles is the son of Philip and Elizabeth. And in 66, that's the year the Church of Satan was founded. And England wore red in the final. All right, they beat Germany. Who did the women's team beat in the final this year to win the Euros? 56 years after. Germany. They did it. They won 2-1. England won the 66 World Cup 4-2, but they did it 21 years after they won World War II. It's all coded. So at this point, I was speaking to a few people last night, they ain't flipping scripts. I will look you right in the eye now and tell you they're not flipping scripts. They don't have the power to flip the scripts. This is supernatural. All right? Man is not supernatural to an extent. This is supernatural. This is angelic, demonic, God, Satan. They are not. Whoever wins that World Cup, guys, was meant to win it by the code. People like me might put out codes that miss. All right, I got the code wrong. It's not often, but I got the code wrong. It's not illusion. Your code was too perfect. Vegas changed it last minute. You really think so? Then you haven't looked into all the historical events. Do you realize that when they flip the scripts, it has a say on their old time record, which is so important? They do not flip scripts. They might be playing with you in place somehow. I don't know. Maybe they know deep down that the final score will be this, but they might be able to say, all right, let's take Messi out with an injury. They might have that power to do that, but in reality, they know what the outcome's going to be. All right? They might be able to screw with you with stuff like that, and maybe the referees can say, oh, I'm going to send this player off. We planned this player getting sent off, but it still won't affect the outcome. That's why a 9-man team could be an 11-man team after getting 2 players sent off. So when you read my Elizabeth book, if you read it, I ain't giving it for free like Kobe. I give you the Kobe one, and people said it changed their life. It was unbelievable. The Queen one, I don't know how I'm going to go about that, but I've spent so long doing this, sleepless nights. I can't just give everything out for free. So I don't know how I'm going to do it. Maybe I'll say if you're on my website, I'll give you it for free. Otherwise, you're not reading it. I could sell it separately. Why not? Authors sell books. This book's unbelievable. That's the thing. I told you this. When you do things for the truth or whatever, I'm still a creator. I'm still a creator what I'm doing. You reap what you sow. Money is currency. Currency is energy. And all of that. And again, like for what I give you guys for $10 a month and do live streams for free and all the stuff that I do, and then people still want and call people and respond to all the messages and emails, do it all for free. There's other people saying, if you want to email me, $15. If you want to call me, $70 for 10 minutes. If you want to pick from me, $100. Whose hit rate's nothing like mine, who don't do the work that I do. I do all this for $10. Surap knows what I do. She couldn't get on my website. I figured out with Gabrielle to set her up an account with the admin. I still haven't got that money. It's not from her. She sent it. I haven't got it. But I'm much more happier that Surap's on my website than me losing $25. What's $25 going to do? This knowledge is really helping Surap. It brings a joy. It brings a husband joy. That's more valuable to me than $25. But on the other hand, it would have been nice to have got it, but I didn't. And I'll take it on the chin. That's what she said. So again, yeah, just do me that favor. If you're ever in my live stream now, because I watch all these top people do this, these with big followings, they always say, hit the like, subscribe, share my video. Please do that now without me having to tell you. Come in, boom. When I used to watch people's YouTube channels before I had one, so the first thing I did, literally, I didn't even hear them like. Just do it. It must help the algorithm. My channel's slowly growing, and when I say slowly, I'm talking tortoise. But it's slowly going up. 10 new subs, 10. All right, it was going up, and because it stopped for a while, it just stopped at 5.6, around that 5.5, 5.6. Of course, it did. And by the way, this is not a coincidence that your boy Alcaraz, who's in the final of the US Open, was born on Kobe Bryant's wife's birthday, 5-5. He's probably going to win the US Open. Like the 5-5, guys, the Satan number. Bullseye, yeah. Remember Bullseye? The bull, the beast? I've given you my codes. This is in my book. I don't know if I want to give it away. I don't know if I want to. No, I'm not going to give it away because my problem is I don't want to say it all now. I want you to read that and go, I never ever made that connection in my life. You're going to have at least 10 of them, 15 of them where you go, I never knew that. All right. There's people paying for online courses, $80 for an online course, 3 days. People listening to Tony Robbins talk bullshit, paying thousands of dollars just because he has this powerful voice and he's got this presence on the stage, paying thousands of dollars to go to events to hear him talk. All right. I could out-talk Tony Robbins in my sleep. You don't see me charging $3,000. You don't see me stood on a stage. All right. It's funny it's called a stage as well because the world is a stage. You see me sat on this chair, all right, that Kathy donated towards back in the day. Do you remember when I used to sit on the wooden chair? Phil Taylor's another guy with 2 male names. No, I'm not a fan. Darts is one of the easiest sports to rig, all right, with magnets. So easy, all right? All these big fat guys just drinking pints, throwing darts. All right, darts, guys, again, I'm not going to break down darts. I could do a whole video on darts. Yeah, Carlos Alcaraz is 130. Tomorrow's 130 days after his birthday. Kobe Bryant was born with 130 days left in the year. It's big. There's loads of 130s, which is pretty much 13, as you know. And it gets you that 4. But there's loads of 130s for Alcaraz. All right? There's so many. The current king of Spain is from Spain, isn't he? The current king of Spain was born on January the 30th, 130. All right, you want me to read your previous message? All right, the legit lad, let me find you. The legit lad, I'm scrolling up. Where are you? There's sometimes delete. Unfortunately, I hate to somewhat idolize someone in that sense, but it's unfortunate admitted reality. You should idolize no man. It's in the Bible. You should idolize no man. All right? You can look up to them. You can be inspired by them. You can respect them. You can appreciate their work. You should not idolize them. There are many false idols in the world right now. There's many false gods, false idols, false prophets. When you have the spirit within you, you see them. You see that Pope Francis is a false prophet. You see Ronaldo, Messi, LeBron are false prophets. All right? You see the royal family members are and presidents. You see it because you have the Holy Spirit that gives you the eyes to see. The only way you truly have eyes to see and become spiritually aware is your faith in Christ. Simple as that. What I know about me is this. And this is why I think people relate to me, because I am very honest, very straight to the point. But the reality is this. I'm 36. All right? I'm 36. Remember, Pope Francis was born in 36, and that's the year that Elizabeth's father became the king. 10 years after Elizabeth was born. And then he died 2-6. Elizabeth replaced him. Okay, Queen 26, all of that stuff. And she was born in 26. I, for 33 years, was a normal lad. And again, define normal. It's very hard to define normal. You know what I mean? What's normal to me is not abnormal to somebody else, all of that. So for 33 years, I had no belief in God. Zero, zilch, nothing. All right? Atheist. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to have a wonderful life. I feared getting old. I had a genuine fear of getting old and losing my athletic ability and my looks. I used to think I was really good looking. I don't know anymore, but I used to think I was scared of losing my looks, my athletic ability, all this type of stuff. Like my six pack, when I had a great six pack, still kind of have one, but not like I used to. Don't train as much. I was so worried about those things. And if you would have talked to me about God, I would have turned off in 5 seconds. Go away. Stop preaching to me. There is no God. Can you prove it? I was that annoying person with my eyes. I thought I was so smart and aware, because you do within this world. You think you're smart and aware and cocky, and you don't know shit in reality. Just like what Robin Williams said to Matt Damon in Good Will Hunting. Like, you might be able to memorize everything from a book, but you've not actually had those experiences. All right? And he nailed him. He nailed him. It's like you can quote everything about Romeo and Juliet and Shakespeare and all of that, but you've never been in love. You've never been in love. You've never held your wife's hands when she was dying on the deathbed. All right? So you can quote me all your sonnets that you want. It don't mean shit. So for me, my journey, I'm getting chills here because it is a journey and we all have a journey, all of us. My journey to this point of finding God is absolutely beautiful and organic. All right? It's not like somebody died and it turned me to God. It's not like I got put in prison, all right, on death row and I tried to find God. I had a wonderful, incredible life prior to this. And I sacrificed so much because I knew in my soul or spirit that I had to. I didn't listen to this. This is important. Adam, you're 36, I'm 54, 36. Yep. Nice. IHS is 36. Jesuit order's 54. But again, 5 plus 4 is 9. 3 plus 6 is 9. 36 is 6 times 6. So I didn't want to give up. This is really important now. Again, I won't get emotional. I had that one off. I didn't want to give up what I gave up. I didn't want to. Within this realm, within this world, I didn't want to give up what I gave up. But I knew I had to. I'll say that again. I've never said that out loud. I did not want to give up my wife. I didn't want to give up my stunning house that I'd worked so hard for. I didn't want to give up my job that I worked so hard for to get. I didn't want to give up friendships. All right. But I knew within me, I had to. I felt I had to. So it's led me to this point. And we all have our own unique journeys. But if you can find me 5 people who had an amazing life and gave it all up for truth, for what I believe is truth, please let me know so I can speak to them. Please let me know. So again, I've not ate today. I've got to do a better job with that. And I want to tell you this. I want to read this out to you because this may give you hope. I just read out the Revelation 9:11, which was all about how they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit. That doesn't give you much faith, does it? But again, it's written in the book that the Antichrist will come before Christ. It's written in the book. So I have no doubt the Antichrist will be coming. I have no doubt that there will be a one world government, one world currency. Okay, I have no doubt in my mind. I'm almost certain this is the last ever World Cup. I've said it for a year. I'm almost certain it's the last ever one. Or it could be the next one, which is the 23rd, which is the ninth prime, which is a number of completion. And it's not a coincidence that George Orwell's most iconic book is 1984, which was his ninth and final book before he died. As I have 45 likes, the ninth triangular number, 4 plus 5 is 9. 49 in the live, 4 9's the 99th day of the year. George Orwell's 1984 book was his ninth and final book, because 9's the number of completion, because 9 is the last single digit number. The 9's are everywhere. Something's about to be completed. It could be the Antichrist. It could be the one world government, the new world order. It could be the return of Jesus. All right, get to the bookies. Put your money on whatever you want. Something's about to be completed. It could have just been the Queen's death. All right, that might be it. But I think the Queen's death is just one part of the bigger picture. I think it'll get worse before it gets better. But I think the more people become aware of this knowledge, the better they'll respond to what's happening. And when they do find God, you'll have no fear. Do you know that that is priceless, being fearless? I have no fear. I don't. I believe in I trust the plan. All right. I don't give as much credit as I used to the elite who are not the elite. They're not. They're just playing their role. All right. Elite means they're above somebody, doesn't it? When you're elite, you're above. You're not elite. They might have more knowledge than us. But that's on us to catch up with them. Daniel's 70 weeks is very important. Yeah, that's why Elizabeth died 70 years after becoming queen. The 70 is really, really, really big. It's really big. 7 times 10. What's that? 70. Princess Diana was born 7-1. There's all these sevens. Yeah, Kathy, I'm gonna leave soon, and I'm gonna go out in it. I'm gonna find somewhere to eat, and I'm gonna try and go to the beach. It's been too long. It's just been too long. I could stay at home and keep being consumed by the book, because it's just the book I'm writing about Elizabeth is kind of like how Jim Carrey was in the number 23 movie, where he became consumed by the book. I don't want to be consumed by it, but yesterday I was. Chronic masturbator, recently I have not progressed. I was doing great with it, but I've been focusing on other things. I don't like to be, again, too consumed all the time with one thing. I did my 10.5 hours yesterday writing about the Queen. I don't know if I can continue doing it today. I want you to know this as well. I've said this before. I said it to Clau and it made her emotional. She said, "You just made me emotional." So some of you in the chat may be a father, and you may have a son, the father-son connection, which is sacred. And like a father has compassion on his children, so the Lord has compassion on those who fear him. All right, there is such thing as the fear, the wrath of God, which is almost respect to a sense. And think about this. If you're a father, all right, people are so afraid of Judgment Day and being judged by God. If you're a father, tell anyone in the chat, just say yes. Is there anyone in the chat who's a dad, who's a father? Because you'll connect to this more than if you're not. Is there anyone in the chat who has a son or a daughter? All right, Thomas Richardson. Yeah, I know you seem like an amazing dad. Thank you for showing me a photo of your daughter. Just seemed happy, which is no shock because her dad's great. So when it comes to being a father, I'm not a father. I would be a great one, but when I was a teacher and coach and all of that, people sometimes call me dad by accident. So when you are a father, you do not expect your child to be perfect, do you? You expect your child to be respectful, to make more right decisions than wrong, to be loving, but you know that your child's going to make mistakes. It's part and parcel of growth. It's part and parcel of life. God is our Father. We are his children. He does not expect us to be perfect. So when 6079, who's an amazing guy, broke down saying he's a terrible person and this, that, and the other, which is Satan basically telling him that, God don't expect you to be perfect. He just expects you to have faith in him, that there is a creator, that this isn't a big bang. So as a father, you love your children no matter what. You love them no matter what. You can't help it. Whatever your child does, deep down within you, you will always love them. That's why Whitney Houston said, "I will always love you." That is God. Those lyrics were from God. All right? Her voice was from God, maybe. I will always love you. So again, God is not looking down on us and he's not making notes saying, "Oh, Adam had a beer last night. Oh, let's take a point off him." This is not a point scoring system. This is about whether you have faith in God or not. It's that simple. And if you do not believe in Jesus Christ, you are antichrist. Anti means against. Doesn't mean you hate Christ, but if you're a non-believer, you're antichrist, aren't you? You're against Christ. And my biggest goal at this point is to try and help guide you towards him. And you may never, maybe it's not written in your script, if that is the case. I want to do all I can, and I have. People have told me that they found God since watching my channel. And maybe I am a messenger. Or maybe I'm not. So, I don't know. I'm giving myself to you guys. And just know that pretty much everyone in the chat I've never met before. Illusion about to make ice cream with HP sauce. Imagine a HP sauce like ice cream now. There's liking things and then liking them too much. HP sauce ice cream, no, mate. Can you imagine a little Adam? Absolutely. My wife wanted to have a child with me. At the beginning of our relationship, we both agreed that we never wanted children. I don't know if that was part of my journey, because if I had a child, I wouldn't be here right now doing this. I would give all my life to my child. I would not have given up my job. Nope. I would have been. And I'm not saying children keep you in the matrix. I ain't saying that. But my word, they keep you connected to the system, don't they? They do. And they're incredible and they're amazing and probably the greatest thing that's ever happened to you. But within this beast system, they can limit you to an extent. And this is me being honest. So don't say, "Oh, this guy's a horrible person." I love children. I love kids. I love teaching them, coaching them. But again, as of now with me, one of the main reasons I did what I did and gave up what I did, I didn't want to answer to anybody but God. Pretty much. I think that was the answer without me knowing it. I didn't want to answer to a boss. I didn't want to answer to a wife. I didn't want to have to think about a child. And people may call it selfish. I would have been a great dad. Do I regret that I'm not a father? No, I don't regret it. Will I regret it in the future? I don't think too far ahead about that. If I do, I do. And I'll deal with it. And I'll learn. But I've been around children the last 10, 15 years, teaching them and coaching them and inspiring them and making them laugh and helping them grow. I've been a father to many people. You don't have to be bloodline. You guys are my family. You're not my bloodline. I believe everyone on my website's my family who's meant to be there. God's put us in connection with each other. That's why I can have people from Australia, Ireland, Argentina, Norway, Russia, China, all of that on my website. God's done that and connected us. And it's all about connecting with yourself, with God, with other people. And this world really could be absolutely beautiful. Think about it. I have become extremely dependent. No, independent. I'm not really dependent on anyone now. Guess I'm dependent on people supporting my website. You're dependent on parents wanting you to coach the kids, but I ain't necessarily dependent. I know the gifts I have. And I've always said, if I have no money, nobody will. Like the regular guy, if it gets to the point where I can't make money with the talent that I have, then none of us, middle class, lower class, we won't have any money. It's that simple. So I don't worry too much about money. I haven't got my money back. $1,700 from my flight being cancelled. That still may come back. I haven't got it. I booked that flight September the 3rd. It's now the 10th. It's been 7 days. I still don't have that money back. I can cry and bitch, can't I? And sulk and all of that. Maybe it'll come back when it's supposed to come back. Maybe I'll never get it. Maybe it's a lesson. Maybe to show me, I don't know, that life goes on even if you do lose money. It goes on. And just to think I used to bet $2,000 on a basketball game with no, it's just, I can't believe I did that, but I did it. And it was part of the journey, part of my growth. Gambling, like crazy money. I used to wear Tommy Hilfiger until I realized he was racist. Yep. So but you still have a towel which you wipe your balls with. That's funny. I still believed in God when I first started waking up 8 years ago, but Adam, you took me to the whole new level. I know the mag doesn't believe in Jesus, but does God. But Adam, you make sense. Thank you. Yeah, the mag doesn't believe in Jesus. He thinks it's a character. I believe that God walked this earth as Jesus Christ. That's what I think. And in regards to the mag, he entertains me. I think he reveals a lot. If you go in there for like spiritual growth, he ain't going to give you it, but he's going to make you laugh. And he will make you see that the mainstream's all an illusion. That's what he does. If you're looking for like spiritual guidance, he ain't going to give you it. So again, online, you can get your inspiration from multiple sources. Don't just get it from the illusion. All right? I ain't right about everything. Maybe everything I'm preaching to you is not true. I think it's true. I think what I'm saying is true. But I'm also smart enough to know my truth doesn't make it true. And that's where I differ. Mag, who I love, he always says, I never miss. And I laugh when he says it. It's just his voice. Bam! I never miss. Mag never misses, speaks in the third person. Yeah, you do. We all miss. Like Michael Jordan said, I've missed more shots than I've made. All right? You probably in your life in general will have more lows than massive highs. Like massive highs to massive lows is probably more lows. It is what it is. Ideally, you want to have more highs than lows within your life. But when Mag says things like, I never miss, that shows me that you've just missed right there, Mag, because we all miss. And thinking that you're always right and the Mag never misses, bro, it's the only thing I'll criticize you with, because we all miss. And you're naive thinking that you're always right. You're not, mate. And I love you to bits. You're my favorite YouTuber, but I'll call you out for things like that. Bam. I never miss. All right, mate. Sure you don't. Charles does have sausage fingers, doesn't he? His fingers are very strange. Very strange. Yeah, guys, I should have been in England, shouldn't I? Yesterday. But I'm still here. I'm going to work as hard as I can to get there as soon as I can. Who knows? I'll look into flights again. I will come home. It's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming. The illusion's coming home. Woo! That song released 26 years ago in 96. And then Elizabeth dies at age 96, 26 years after. She was born in 26, became the queen on 2/6, the day her dad died. Her mother died at age 101, the 26th prime. My name, Adam, 26. God, 26. 26 letters in the alphabet. All right? Got Genesis 26, which is an important verse. My Patreon removed on the 20th of June, 26, 2 months and 6 days after my birthday. You guys all know my birthday now. I've been so open with you. I've given you so much. I've told you who I am. I've told you my journey. I've been honest. I could have kept quiet. I played in Hollywood with Vinny, all right, and lived in LA, the Angels. Could have kept all that quiet. I played football, like that I separated from my wife. I've given you so much. You know my birthday. Most of you probably know my birthday now. Can anyone in the chat tell me my birthday? Anyone? Any super fans of The Illusion or any close friends? When's my birthday? See who gets it. If you don't know, no worries. It's fine. Hayden's got it straight away. Straight away, 14.4. 14.4. There's 1,440 minutes in a day. The Elizabeth line opened on the 144th day of the year. She died 100 days before the Pope's birthday. 100 days is 144,000 minutes. Can you believe that? There's 144,000 angels. I was born on my dad's birthday, 14.4. I was born 7 days before the Queen's birthday. 7. Okay? Which is all connected to Jesus. 7 golden candlesticks, like there's so many sevens with Jesus. There's so many sevens with the world. I've told you 7 colors in a rainbow, 7 chakras, 7 deadly sins, 7 dwarfs, CR7. There's 7 days in a week. I told you Jesus is 777, Satan 666. Jesus is always one step ahead of him. Never forget that. But it's closer than you think. All right, 6 is literally directly below 7. It's closer than you think. Lucifer was the highest ranked angel in the kingdom of heaven. And now he's here as Satan. So we've got to somewhat respect. We can't take Satan lightly. This is his realm. But he knows, and I know, and God knows that God's won already. But there's going to be many times next year where you think that, no, he hasn't. There's no way. How would he allow all this to happen that's going on in the world? Because he'll come back when the time's right. And within the Bible, they don't put a date on it, do they? They don't tell you when he's coming back because mystery is incredible. All right? It's not the Bible. If you were reading the Bible, right, and it said Jesus Christ will return 9/11/2001 and he never returned, then people can dismiss it. In the Bible, it says that Jesus will return. There will be a second coming of Christ, but he doesn't give you a date. But it says it will happen. It will happen. It's written in the book. I don't care what you say about who wrote it. You give too much credit to man if you think man wrote that. I believe the Bible was a variety of men who wrote it, who were writing it with the Holy Spirit within them. All right? It wasn't just one guy who wrote the Bible. It was a variety of people, and I think they had the Holy Spirit within them. That's what I think. My truth. Okay? We live in a simulation. I think this realm's a simulation. It is a matrix. Remember, the matrix is made up of ones and zeros. Satan equals 10. But then again, so does God, which people forget quite often. As of now, we're living in a coded reality. And I think God communicates with us via numbers. I think the more you get connected to the numbers, the more you connect to God. It's not a coincidence. Yes, there's a few people like your Hubbard who doesn't believe in Jesus Christ and all of that. I think he does believe in a higher power, Hubbard. I think he does say there is a higher power, but he doesn't believe in Jesus, and that's the Society of Jesus, who are really the Society of Judas. They work for Lucifer. He never uses Satan and God in his codes. He doesn't use biblical verses, or maybe he's used a few, but he'll say it's the Jesuits who wrote them. I don't agree with that. Tell me if you think this is a coincidence I put together, which will blow your mind. Revelation 13:18, all right? It's not a coincidence either that you add up those numbers, it's 31, and I was born on my dad's 31st birthday. But Revelation 13:18 is all about the beast, isn't it? Rev 13:18, this calls for wisdom. Let the person who has insight calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. That number is 666. That's Revelation 13:18. It's all about 666. All right? When you get your calculator out, or like me, you can do it in your head, you will know that 1,318 plus 666, guys, gets you 1,984. 1984. All right? What does that remind you of? The novel by George Orwell. 1984 was a dystopian social science fiction novel, although it wasn't fiction in my opinion. It was basically telling you where the world was going. And a cautionary tale written by English writer George Orwell. Okay, I'm pretty sure Queen Elizabeth's father, who died on 2/6, was called George. And isn't William's kid called George as well? So this was published 6/8/1949. And 49, 73 years ago, 4973, the 666 prime. And the book 1984 was Orwell's ninth and final book completed in his lifetime. Did you hear what I just said there? Do you know how unbelievable that is? Do you think they planned that all the way back? Revelation 13:18 is all about 666. 1318 plus 666 is 1984. George Orwell's 1984 book was written about a dystopian nightmare, which is happening now. It was his ninth and final book. I tell you, nine's the number of completion. 1984 is when Michael Jordan was drafted. 1984 is when LeBron James was born, King James. 1984 is when Kobe Bryant moved to Italy at 6 years old. I have a brother called George, guys. I have a brother called John the Baptist. My name's Adam, first man on earth. All right? I've got all these wild connections in my life. I've got a brother called Thomas who's on my website. You've got Thomas the Apostle. You've literally got Thomas the Apostle. He died in Israel, I think 72 AD. Francis became the Pope the 72nd day of 2013. 72 hours is 3 days. Jesus. All right? He died and resurrected over 3 days, which is 72 hours. Francis became the Pope the 72nd day of 2013. Again, I think Satan or God was responsible for Francis becoming the Pope on that day, right after Pope Benedict stepped down, right after the Vatican, aka the Basilica, was struck twice by lightning. And Luke 10:18 is all about how lightning is connected to Satan and how Satan was cast out of heaven like a lightning bolt. And then we've recently had Tampa Bay Lightning win back-to-back. Haaland on his debut for Man City scored when there was lightning prior to the game. And he's got all the 666s, which I'm showing you. Told you he'd get the golden boot before the season began. And he will. So Luke 10:18 is all about Satan falling out of heaven like a lightning bolt. Event 201, which foreshadowed a global pandemic, that occurred on 10:18. The upcoming NBA season begins on October the 18th, 10:18. All right, and that is the most satanic league out of all of them. I think Nephilim are playing in there. Nephilim are the sons of the fallen angels. All right, I think they're playing in the NBA. And it's not a coincidence that ever since Kobe Bryant died, one of the most iconic basketball players, that the whole world's gone to shit. Or it's getting cleansed. Think of it like this. When you have diarrhea, at the time it feels horrific, but you're getting the shit out of your system, aren't you? I say that. Say it about rehab. You go to rehab, it's hell. People say rehab's hell. But you have to go through hell to get to heaven, to an extent. You have to go through pain to experience joy in many occasions. So the stuff I've got in my book, I'm telling you, I think that book is priceless for what I've done. Did you just hear my 1318-666 connection, 1984, which I did ages ago? All this stuff I've put together and memorized in my head has finally come together in one book. And the book doesn't need to be 500 pages long. All right? It needs to be straight to the point and impactful, short and sweet. All right? Quality, not quantity. People thinking that the more pages in a book, the better it is, then no, that's bullshit. So again, patience is incredible. All right. Some of you have children, you have a husband, you have a wife, you work like crazy. All this stuff, and it can be stressful. But one of the keys to it is communication. We should be able to go to our boss and say, hey, I think that you're giving me too much work here, boss. We should be able to say, hey, boss, I finished all my work today. Can I leave early? Yeah, sure, mate. Yeah, you've done everything that I asked. You may leave. Nope. You're going to clock out at 5. You're 9 till 5, which connects to the 95 Theses. All right? That's why Martin Luther wrote the 95 Theses. Martin Luther King died on the 95th day of 1968 on 95 date numerology. And then you've got Working 9 till 5 by Dolly Parton with the fake old titties. Hey, Anna. So, again, I know with the book that I've got about the Queen that there will be people reading it who are completely oblivious to this knowledge. I want anyone to read that, whether they're a so-called expert in this knowledge or new to it, to read it and go, and their jaw drop. That's my aim. I don't want people just going, oh, that's pretty interesting. Like they used to say, that's pretty interesting. Some wild coincidences there, Adam. You're doing pretty good work. I want people to have their jaw drop and question their whole reality after they read that book. Thank you, God, for basically writing it for me. I feel like you wrote it for me. All right? And because my brain doesn't stop, is why I can't sleep. Because my brain is continuously like, it's why I do need to get home and just be around people that are just going to say, Adam, put your computer down. Let's go for a drink. Adam, put your computer down. End your live. Let's go for a run. I need that. Right now I'm by myself. It's very easy for me to just go back on it. I'm like, oh God, just that. So after this live, I have to go eat something. I have to, and not here, because if I eat it here, I'll get comfortable and I'll go back on my computer. I've done all my coding today for the website. All right? I don't have to respond to everyone's email right now. That's my choice. No one's paying me to respond to the email. It's my choice when I do that. I don't have to do it now and prioritize my life all the time for other people all the time, because you need balance in your life. And that's definitely somewhere I need to improve. I need to start looking after myself. I was a phenomenal athlete. I don't even know if I still am anymore. I don't really do anything. All right. I was in great shape. I'd be at the beach 5 days a week, all of that. And now it's like, look at me. Like, where's my muscle gone? Where's it gone? It's gone. There's nothing there. It's gone. But what do I expect? I'm not doing anything. To earn the right to be in great shape. I need vitamin D is important. So justice and balance, yeah. It's so easy to be consumed by work, by writing a book, by your relationship, by money, by sex, by sport. It's so easy to be consumed, and that is what Satan wants. He wants you to be consumed with the world. All right? Whether that is your job or gambling or even your wife, your kid, like, we focus too much on the world. Forget about God who created the world. You won't even be here to worry about those things if it weren't for him, in my opinion. The reason that they've cancelled the football games is because the duration of the cancellations is from the 9th to the 11th. It's 9/11. They cancelled the fixtures, the 9th, 10th, and 11th, from the 9th to the 11th. Prince Charles' speech that was just on CNN lasted 9 minutes and 11 seconds when you include the commercial at the very end, the 10 seconds. It was 9/11, his speech. You think he planned that? Maybe. Maybe they said go for about 9 minutes. Maybe there's someone in the background. Maybe they've timed it. And then the CNN can put their little thing in for 7 seconds to make it bang on 9/11. I screenshotted it. So again, the 9/11 thing, I keep telling you about that number. 9/11 2023 is exactly 42 months after coronavirus was declared a pandemic and the beast reigns for 42 months. The football pick myself and Chuck had the day that Elizabeth died was Lazio. Lazio won 4-2. That was the last pick that we did before she died. 4-2. Building muscle is 40% sleep, 40% diet, and 20% consistency. Again, I don't know that. You don't know that. But I agree that my lack of sleep has helped me in many ways because I've done my greatest ever work at 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m. However, physically, the lack of sleep has had a big say on my physicality. I'm not as fit as I was before I came across this knowledge, where I was like a super athlete, just go forever. So sleep is important. I ain't getting it. And it's, I guess that is up to me to decide that. It's just very hard with the life that I live and the work that I do and the things that I find and how stimulated I am through knowledge for me to just turn the light off. I ain't the guy working 8 hours a day anymore, which burns you out. Am I? I'm just always full of energy. Even when I don't get out of sleep a couple of hours and I have water. I don't get out of sleep a couple of hours and I have more energy than most people you'll ever come across. I don't understand it. I sent you some real bangers, Adam, to my phone. Ah, shit, my mum called me. I'm going in 10 minutes. My mum's more important. I'm going to have to call her. Let me read 6079's out because I really respect this guy. I'm going to read his stuff. All right. The Queen was 12482 days old when the first oral pill was available for sale, which was 9962 days after RGB's birth. And 2269 days later, Margaret Sanger died. They both loved nothing more than killing babies. Just a reminder, the Queen can move anywhere on the board. The King only gets one space. So 6079 is talking about how basically you've got the chessboard, which is black and white, which is the Masonic colors. What are the main pieces of the chessboard? You've got the King and Queen. But the King is the ultimate piece. All right? But the Queen can move anywhere on the board, which is different to the King. Remember, the Kings and Queens are protected in chess. Queen's first recorded performance, Keep Yourself Alive, recorded at Trident Studios like a pitchfork from that first performance on 7/6 of 73 until her death. 17,962 days, like 962 Jordan. Wow. When Freddie Mercury died, the Queen was 23959 days. Trust the Planet's the 17th prime. And 17 days after Magic announced he had he had HIV, Freddie Mercury died of it. Yeah, I will be doing the spans from Magic Johnson getting HIV to Freddie Mercury. I'll be doing that. The Queen and Charles born 8244 days apart. You know, like Kobe. Let me tell you about the birds and the bees. They're going to confuse the genders and call the birds with, I can't say the next bit. Charles born 4646 after Obama. Remember, Biden's the 46th president. August is actually the 6th month, and the rest of the world, they say the date first, so 46 is Obama's birthday. It's also the number of chromosomes. She died 207 days after Super Bowl. Wow. 1056 days after event 201. Yeah, I've got so many 156s with Elizabeth's death because 9/11's 156th prime. I've got so many. I've got a 156079 Smith that's going to even blow your mind. You're going to go, how did he get that? It's going to even blow your mind, mate. The one that I did in the latter hours of the night. Just crazy. I know Charles just became king 5 weeks and 4 days after the anniversary of event 201. And Elizabeth died the 251st day of the year, the 54th prime. I know that. But it's just wild. It's just wild. 1056 days after no other than Event 201 that foreshadowed the pandemic, Elizabeth dies. She dies 911 days after coronavirus was declared a global pandemic. 9/11's 156th prime, and she died 1056 days after Event 201. And she died 20 weeks and 1 day after her birthday, 201. So this is the stuff I'm talking about. This book is going to blow your socks off. I've got stuff in it that I don't think anyone in the community has ever considered. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm being naive there. Maybe I'm being egotistical. I have decoded Biden. I could do a whole video on Biden. 46th president and his son Beau Biden died at age 46. And the first Catholic president was JFK, who died at 46. And Biden's the second Catholic US president. So I'm telling you, LeBron James stays on 4-6 in NBA Finals, which is 66.6 when you do the math. I love you all. I hope you appreciate what I'm doing here. If you want the book, there will be a small charge. I've not decided how much yet. Or maybe I'll just say, if you sign up to my website, I'll send you a copy. I've not decided that. Actually, before I leave and call my mum and have a life, somewhat of a life today, I told you I'm not in love with the world, but you've got to also embrace it at times. $6.66. Shall I go for that? Or is everyone going to call me a Satan worshipper? Hey, Joseph, I'm about to leave, bro. But much love to you. Appreciate your work, Adam. Great work. Thank you. Any advice then, what I should do with it? Do I just say, if you sign up to my website, you'll get the book? Do I put a fee on it? I can't just give people it for like $1 or $2. It's too much work. It's been like a year. It's almost been 2 years. I can't just give it up like I gave up the Kobe book. I gave you a taster there. So I don't really want to charge $6.66. I do want to get to England. I don't know if I'm getting that $1,700 back. I want to get to England and have a curry and not worry about, oh my word, how much is that going to cost me, Mum? I don't want to be at that point. So again, just before I go, what do you reckon? In it, just no Adam, sign up only for that. I think that's the best tip. Gabriel said to me, only give people the book who are on your website, the people that truly support what you do. You gave the Kobe one out for free. That was great. It helped a lot of people. People loved it. You got some signups and all of that. He said, make it exclusive to your website. And I think I might do that. Because at least if you get the book, and you might not like the book, which for me is, I just can't see that. You're going to have a month of my content, which is mind-blowing every single day. And I think anyone who's on the website can say, yeah, it is. So I might do that, Divine, because I think that's a great call. Because then they're getting a month's worth and they have the book. I'm doing that. Sorry, if you come to me and message me and say, Adam, I'm really, 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 really pretty much poverty-stricken here. I don't have $10. I really don't. I promise you. And I feel it in my soul that you're being organic. I'll give you it for free. I'll give you, if you really, really pull on my heartstrings and I believe it, and you really want the book, and you just don't have $10, I'll figure out giving you it. But if I'm getting bombarded with people telling me the same story, I ain't falling for that bullshit. All right? It's a Big Mac meal. It's a Big Mac meal, pretty much. $10. It's a couple of pints. All right? It's your £10 acca that you might not do on a Saturday. It's a coffee and a cake at Starbucks. I can change your life with this knowledge, and I ain't exaggerating when I say that, because I know I have changed people's lives with this knowledge. So I'm going to do that then. I'll get it done. I'll put on my Twitter, guys, just done the best body of work of my life. It's a book about the Queen. If you want it, I will send you it if you sign up to my website. I'm doing that. That's genius. Gabriel was right. He always seems to be great with his advice. So I'm going to call my mother. And you have 119 kids to feed. And much love. And take care. Jamie, give me a message on Instagram. I'll tell you why you can't see the posts. Give me a message. I'll call you and I'll talk you through it. Bitcoin price 113. Wow. Okay. Do that, okay, Jamie? I'll help you with that. Have a great day, everybody. I'm calling my mum. Much love and bye bye. Thank you.